This is Yellowstone Ranch in Montana. The Dutton family leases over 3,000 square kilometers of land, making it the largest ranch in the United States. Yet it faces covetous eyes from Paradise Valley developers and the Indian reservation. Rancher John Dutton is the family's pillar. He is unyielding, decisive, and unquestioned when it comes to his domain. He maintains a semi-romantic relationship with the governor. At Yellowstone, his word is law. His eldest son, Lee Dutton, is the only child fully rooted in the ranch. He is Old Man Dutton's most capable right-hand man and the undisputed heir to the ranch. Yet, he is also the spark that ignites all the conflicts on Yellowstone's land. His daughter, Beth Dutton, possesses exceptional business acumen.
Are we restructuring your company tomorrow, or killing it?
Ruthless in his methods, he is also the most deeply wounded. His mother's death forged his uncompromising nature, capable of both fierce love and bitter hatred. The one taking the beating is the Dutton family's adopted son, Jamie Dutton, placed in politics by Old Dutton. He is timid but not incompetent. Yet in the cutthroat environment of Yellowstone, he struggles to gain recognition. Old Dutton's words say it all.
You gotta learn when to think like a lawyer, you understand, and when to think like a landowner.
The youngest son, Casey Dutton, a former Navy SEAL with supernatural marksmanship. After leaving the military, he married an Indian woman and settled on the reservation. His dual identity traps him in the power struggle between two factions.
You don't want to be on the wrong side of this, son.
Yeah, well, the list of things I don't want is endless. You telling me what to do is one of them.
Finally, the last to appear is Rip Wheeler, the elder Dutton's most loyal enforcer. Not blood but closer than kin, he understands the laws of the Yellowstone better than anyone. A blade for the Dutton family's dark side, handling the dirtiest jobs. Yet they all share one purpose, this land. They'd take on the whole world for it. To save time, we'll introduce other characters as the story unfolds. The tale begins with a brutal car accident. Old Man Dutton's beloved is injured by a truck, but he shoots it without hesitation. Here, the director presents a metaphor. This beloved horse symbolizes Yellowstone Ranch. He cherishes the people and things here, but when they become burdens or threats, he eliminates them without a second thought. This opening scene masterfully establishes the depth of John Dutton's character is profoundly established. The letter falling from the truck bears the name Paradise Valley Capital Development, introducing the Dutton family's first adversary. When police arrive, their tone reveals Old Dutton standing in Yellowstone.
Jesus, that's John Dutton. Commissioner, you alright?
Then comes Jamie, the adopted son, being groomed for politics, further highlighting the Dutton's authority in Montana. The man accuses Jamie's fence of hindering town development, yet the governor retorts that the town itself was built by the Dutton family.
Let's put it to a vote.
The plaintiff hasn't shown any legal imperative for a vote. No, this case is dismissed.
This exchange underscores both Yellowstone Ranch's role as the battleground and the Dutton status as the true power core here. Simultaneously, the new chief of the Indian reservation takes the stage, Thomas Rainwater. His sole ambition is to reclaim the land. Since the government refuses to return it, he must buy it back. Thus, he aims not only to make money but to profit from white people. Until the day Yellowstone Ranch cattle stray into the reservation, grazing their grass. The tribe intends to seize these hundreds of head. Enter Lewin, the eldest Darden's son, embodying quintessential cowboy spirit. As tensions escalate, Old Darden arrives by helicopter to mediate. After surveying the scene, he understood immediately. The gap in the fence had been intact just the week before. Clearly someone had deliberately provoked this conflict. Old Dutton had no desire for confrontation and arranged to meet Chief Thomas the following day. However, the night before negotiations were set to begin, the chief visited Casey at his home on the reservation, hoping to learn about his father, Old Dutton.
Oh, he's reasonable. Until he's provoked. And reason don't factor in at all.
The chief naively believed such man would be easy to manipulate. The next day, Old Danton demanded the chief return hundreds of cattle, only to be flatly refused. Tensions flared instantly.
I won't allow you to make victims of the people who elected me just to appease the people who elected you. Your people don't know the concept of victim.
With neither side willing to budge, it seemed another approach was needed to reclaim the herd. But when Old Danton returned to his farm, he found further trouble brewing. On one side lay the golf course, on the other, the pristine ranch. Old school and new school stood in stark contrast. This man was Paradise Valley developer Danny Jenkins, the developer of Paradise Valley, who had long coveted the Yellowstone Ranch for a tourist resort. The Darden family stood as their greatest obstacle.
Watch me.
With his authority repeatedly challenged, it seemed the Dardens had lain dormant for too long. They then identified Paradise Valley's lifeline, a river whose headwaters lay within Yellowstone territory. The developers planned to build a power station downstream. Since pollution was inevitable, he boldly proposed to divert the river entirely. Back at base, Yellowstone was ready to roll. Today, they'd restore Yellowstone's reputation.
One's forgotten who runs this valley.
It's a bad idea.
We don't choose the way, little brother.
Helicopters, pickup convoys, countless dirt bikes, civilian cars mixed with police vehicles, all representing the Dutton family's black and white approach. They charged straight toward their destination. That evening, Paradise Valley's grand opening was imminent. The gala was filled with major clients drawn by the Western theme, celebrating the resort's groundbreaking ceremony. But then, countless explosions echoed from the mountains. The location felt off. Developer Danny rushed to investigate and discovered Old Dutton had blown up the upstream riverbed, shattering his plans for a hydroelectric dam. Meanwhile, the Yellowstone crew had entered the reservation, intent on forcibly reclaiming hundreds of cattle. Unbeknownst to them, the reservation had prepared defenses. Old Dutton spotted the ambush but remained undaunted, until he saw his son Keith among the attackers. He immediately ordered a retreat. Livestock. To ensure a safe retreat, he ordered the helicopter to fly low, disrupting the enemy's line of sight and buying crucial time. His eldest son, Little Lee, stayed behind to cover their withdrawal, but when he aimed at the man, he realized it was his own brother, Keith. Hesitation cost Little Lee his life. A bullet struck him in the vital spot. As the gunman moved in for the kill, Keith, connected to the network, rushed to the rescue. But by the time he reached his brother, it was too late. The gunman rose. A former SEAL, Keith instinctively fought back. Upon closer inspection, he recognized the gunman as his brother-in-law. Yet the blood debt demanded vengeance. Returning once more, he found his brother, Xiao Li, already dead. The next morning, Officer Zhou arrived at the Dutton family compound not to investigate but to search for the eldest son of Yellowstone, Little Lee. Then, a figure on horseback appeared in the distance. Old Dutton rose to go to the camp, but what awaited him broke his heart. What Casey brought back was Little Lee's body. As the patriarch of the Dutton family, he had long placed duty above personal emotion. In front of outsiders, he refused to show any sign of weakness. Only when he walked deep into the ranch did Old Dutton shed his tough exterior. Holding his eldest son, he sat alone by a tree.
We'll just rest here a bit. We can pick a spot together.
He wept silently, a pain more piercing than any wailing. The world's deepest sorrow felt no different. Old Dutton had intended to pass the ranch to his eldest son, Little Lee, after a century. But Little Lee knew nothing of human affairs. Dutton poured his heart into him, even asking after helping a cow keep what he saw in that calf.
When you look at that calf, what do you see?
I see a life I gotta feed and defend until it grows up and feeds me.
That's what a cowboy should see. But a cattleman sees a $293 investment worth $1,100 in 7 months.
He had invested all his patience in his eldest son. Yet all of that last night's battle, Keith was sent back to the reservation. Avenging his brother, he killed his wife's brother, plunging into the vortex of a struggle between two powerful factions. To his unsuspecting wife, he had no idea how to explain. The case caused an uproar. Old Dutton thought he could brush it off with a flimsy excuse like before, but this time, the situation spiraled far beyond his expectations. The funeral began. Old Dutton suppressed his grief. As leader, he must remain strong to deny enemies any advantage. Keith skipped the funeral, instead waiting at the only road back to the ranch. He came for his brother's favorite horse, refusing even his father's invitation for dinner. It seemed old grudges still weighed heavily on his heart. Old Dutton's led the horse back to the stable. His eldest son was dead, and his youngest son had grown distant. In this desolate corner, tears streamed down his aged face. Gathering his composure, he summoned his two remaining children. His eldest daughter, Beth, understood her father's heart best.
I'm not going anywhere. Just tell me how to fight.
Everyone.
Thus, the conflict at Yellowstone Ranch officially commenced. In the next episode, police would uncover evidence of a third person at the crime scene, the moment Casey shot his brother-in-law. Chief Thomas would use this as leverage to pressure Old Dutton. Yet he unaware that the simple folk of Yellowstone fear no trouble. Watch as Old Dutton employs thunderous measures to destroy all evidence.